Hey, pilot, welcome back to Ready for Pushback. My voice is almost gone because I'm recording lots of solo shows. Today's conversation is about self-awareness because it's an art.
Most pilots don't understand what career opportunities are available in the world of aviation. They're making career decisions based on advice from friends or posts on internet forums, meaning they are taking huge risks with their livelihood without having all the details. This podcast was created to help you understand the aviation industry so you can find your dream job. Let's get ready for Pushback. Here's your host and my dad, Nik Fialka.
I think that pilots really struggle with self-awareness. It's a funny thing because we are in such a focused job that requires us to do hard things and deal with stressful situations in environments that are non-typical. And because of that, we push out a lot of internalization and a lot of understanding of who we are as people. So I've been reading the book Atomic Habits a little bit. If you haven't read that, highly recommend. Definitely a good one. Kind of a manual, like a how-to for everyday life. But self-awareness is a couple things. And the first thing self-awareness is understanding emotionally who you are, recognizing what you're feeling, and then identifying the root causes for those feelings. That's an easy one for me to skip over, for me to move past. The next thing I think is interesting about self-awareness is knowing where your strengths and your weaknesses lie and assessing that and be able to understand those capabilities. Because when you do, you can identify where the blind spots are. But then you can recognize your thought patterns and the things that you're considering and why you're considering it. And then once you do that, you can zoom out and then understand how somebody else perceives you. And that is probably the hardest thing I can imagine, is like how somebody else is perceiving me. But when you are able to do that and you can succeed at that, you can start living with intention and you can align all the actions that you have with the values in your life, and you can produce basically the best version of yourself consistently. And people really struggle with that. And that is a really hard thing. But self-awareness is the thing that is going to help you reflect on yourself, to understand yourself, to be able to convey who you are so that you can get the job that you desire. And people have a really hard time with that, especially aviators, because we struggle with ego. It's a big time defense mechanism. Ego is the thing that keeps us from admitting flaws or failures. It helps us protect ourselves. It protects your psyche. Your ego pushes back on the fact that you were not successful at something. Your ego prevents you from sitting there and understanding the depth of who you are and the things that you've done and the things you've been successful about and not successful about. And so I want you to start spending time in reflection. The busyness that we have prevents us from the stillness that we need for self-reflection. And you literally need self-reflection. I don't need you to be a monk, a cloistered monk in some convent. I don't need that. What I do need you to do is spend some time reflecting on who you are and why you are. And I want you to avoid confirmation bias. People will seek out that information that confirms that the thing they did was okay. I cannot tell you how many times I will be speaking to somebody about something that is a negative aspect. Maybe it's a failure. Maybe it's an unfavorable interview. Maybe it's this, that, or the other. And they're looking for confirmation bias from me that the way they handled things was the appropriate way to do it. Maybe yes, maybe no. But there's so much outside of who you are that puts pressure on you to make you want to seem some way else. I feel it. I feel it every single day. Damn, I run this podcast, for God's sake. Like the social media thing, if those of y'all that see my social media stuff, you know I'm not super great at it. I do some LinkedIn stuff. I do some stuff on on the social media sides, and it's mostly just me trying to raise people up, and I don't do the other things. I can't make a viral video. I can't. But that's okay, because I'm not doing this stuff for likes. I'm literally doing this as my way. Like I've said, my way of giving back to this community. This community's given me so much, and here we are. So don't seek that confirmation bias. Seek to internalize and reflect. Focus internally. Do not focus externally. And be vulnerable, because to be self-aware, you have to confront some kind of truth that might be painful. And that's okay. And you were made to do that, and you can do that. So practice reflection every single day. Spend some time journaling. Write something down. Think about your journey. It would be really cool. When I was in college, my first, 8 months I was in college, I kept a daily journal. I haven't read it, but I have it. My wife keeps a daily journal every single dang day. We've got volumes of these journals, and I don't read them because she's so amazing. Like, they're going to be her book one day. It's going to be her. She's an amazing writer. So I'm so fascinated to read this book at some point in my life. But I do think that journaling is such an important thing, right? Think about the things you did well. Think about the things you could improve. It's hard for me to say. Think about the things that are just happening in life, and be honest with that. And then when you're focused on the honesty, start to get feedback. Get feedback from the people in your life, and look for those people that can give the honest feedback and not just the thing that you want to hear. I want you to be mindful and think about your thoughts and your feelings and understand who you are deeper. Those are the things that can help you grow. Notice I've said barely anything about actual flying on this solo show, because that's important. Self-awareness, you're flying, you're doing your thing, all that stuff. But like the self-awareness that you have, like those are the things that are going to make you different. That'll make you a better interviewer. It'll make you more likely to get the job that you want. I can't tell you how many people I run into that have a lack of self-awareness. It's probably 80-20 lack of self-awareness versus people that are very self-aware. And I can tell, I can feel it. And I think that has a lot to do with like my background and my philosophical nature and kind of the things that have happened in my life to be a listener and a friend. But I challenge you to do that and to know it. It's a good thing. It will make you a better pilot. It will. It'll make you a better friend. It'll make you a better spouse. It'll make you a better interviewer. It'll make you a better mom or pop. Whatever you are, it's good. So practice it. Get uncomfortable with it. I challenge you, all right? So that's probably all I got to say. I'll see you on Monday. Hey, pilot, before you go, make sure that you take a quick second, like and subscribe to the podcast. If you are watching on YouTube, thank you so much. If you're listening on one of the podcast streaming services, you guys are the best. So please like it, subscribe to it, and maybe, if you have a chance, write a quick review. Tell somebody else why this show is awesome.